Yo, welcome to Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach along with my partner, Mr. Adi Wally. We got a big show for y'all today. We talking boxing. You know we talking boxing. We got Byron here. We also got, coming back to the show, Harv War Bangers. Here the schoolers on this thing. Before we get into it, make sure y'all go to YouTube, subscribe to the Spectator Sporting page. Go ahead, like, comment. We do respond, and we do appreciate all the love. And when you tell us when we're wrong, we love that too. So let's get into it. Richardson Hitchins, versus George Kambosos. Hitchinson's 27 years old from Berkeley, retained his IBF World Super Lightweight belt by defeating George Kambosos by TKO in the 8th round as he absolutely dominated the fight, showing off that jab with that long reach. Hitchins improves to 20-0 with 8 knockouts. George Kambosos falls to 22-4 with 10 knockouts, and after being thoroughly dominated, we don't know where he's gonna go, but Harv War Bangers, talk to me about this fight. What was your impressions of it?
I expected a little bit more from Kambosos. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think that it was gonna go out there and end like that. I expected more of a fight from him. To just tell the truth, he looked a lot older than he is. Mm-hmm. Like you said, he got dominated by a younger, fresher fighter. You know, I think either Kambosos, I don't know if he's at a turning point of his career where he should probably hang him up or whatever, but Rich, man, he just looked good. Kambosos didn't look like his ordinary self, and Hitchins just looked great. He just looked like he was on top of his game, you know?
Yeah.
So it's really not too much I can say about the fight because it ended in the 4th round with a body shot. Which, if it's one thing I know about Kambosos, man, this guy is known for taking a ticking and keep on fighting. I mean, you know, this guy
in the 8th round.
8th round. Excuse me, 8th round. I apologize, 8th round. But even to that effect, this guy's been through some wars with some serious guys. So my question is Hitchins really that guy that he was yesterday? Well, we won't be able to tell until we see him step up and fight someone else. So that's the only question I see from it. Was this win like a legitimate win, or is there something else going on? I don't know. But from what I saw, Hitchins looked good, and I definitely want to see him step up, and I want to see his next fight. As long as it's a good against someone that's a viable opponent, and we could judge his fight accordingly off of that.
Yeah, definitely. Hitchinson's definitely. I mean, I can't speak. I don't know what was going on with Kambosos, but Hitchinson gave him that work. Brian, talk to me about this fight. What you think of this fight?
You know what? I gotta disagree with Harv, man. I think he ran into a laser jab. His jab was. I haven't seen this kid's jab be this good, and I feel like that jab could have found anybody last night. Like he could have found anybody in the ring with that jab. He put that jab on him. He landed 118 jabs in 8 rounds.
Yeah, that was crazy.
In 8 rounds.
Yeah.
The jab was his primary motive of getting everything done. And to be 5'10" with a 74-inch reach and fight big, he's unbeatable at 140. I can't put anybody over him at 140 with that jab. And I was wrong with my prediction because I said that I didn't think that he would fight an aggressive fight. I thought he would be more tentative because I expected Kambosos to come out, you know, the Kambosos that fought Haney, fighting at the angles. Kambosos basically, to speak to your theory, he sat right in front of him. But I think he sat right in front of him because he couldn't get away from the jab. And the jab just found him. Anything he tried to do, it was like jab. And to the point they're like, jab to the body. And when he started doing that, it just turned into this like exposure where, just like you, I didn't know he was so like susceptible to body shots, but because I didn't have Hitchins as a big puncher, and he was like visibly hurting him to the body. Yeah. So, but I don't want to take anything away from Richardson Hitchins. This guy put up 50,000 in his face at the build-up, at the weigh-in, saying that I'm gonna knock your ass out, put the money up, and he went out there and absolutely dominated this fight, even to the point where I felt like he was making a mistake, a tactical mistake.
So you agree with me?
What you mean?
Because I just said he dominated the fight.
He did dominate the fight.
So
no.
We agree.
What didn't agree with you were saying more so it was because Kambosos was in this, you know, state of on his way out the doorness. You know, you were kind of like, is it like more of Kambosos being kind of like the lame duck in the situation? And I was saying I don't agree with that because I do feel like Kambosos just ran into a jab that he could not get away from, and it beat him up, and it took him out.
And he ran into a jab against Devin Haney, but the difference is Hitchins decided to finish him.
Yeah.
He didn't say I'm going for a decision. He was like, I'm gonna put you out. I'm gonna put him out. You're hurt, and we're gonna go. And it was just, you know, not to take anything away from this kid until the fight ended. But we'll get to that later.
Hitchins, once again, 20-0, 8 knockouts. Adi, we watched the fight yesterday. What was your thoughts on this fight?
Well, we've seen some huge favorites get upset or give us lackluster performances lately. This year in 2024, Caleb Plant. He was a huge favorite going against Armando Resendiz, and he was upset. He was supposed to fight Charlo, the hitman Charlo. You know, he messed it up. And Gervonta Davis, he was supposed to take care of Lamont Roach Jr., but now we're gonna see
so he can fight Jake Paul.
Right. So right, yeah, I hope
that's not true.
Don't forget about
Munguia against Bruno. It's just so many guys. But Hitchins, he was focused. He took care of business. I'm not taking nothing away from him. He took care of business. And Hitchins, he watched the film of the Devin Haney versus George Kambosos fights, and he saw how Devin Haney controlled the fight at a distance, but he didn't risk it. He didn't put himself in harm's way to go for that knockout. Yeah. But he also looked at the film of the Lomachenko versus George Kambosos fight, and he saw that all you had to do was go to the body to get the KO against George Kambosos Jr. As Lomachenko got an 11th round knockout with the body shot, okay? And so in the 5th round, Richardson Hitchins, he delivered a left hand to the body, a left hook to the body, and hurt Kambosos and trapped him in the corner, delivered flurries, lots of unanswered shots. Looked like
I thought the fight was going to end earlier, actually, the way it was going.
Yeah, it looked like
I'm surprised he got to the 8th round.
Kambosos got a lot of heart. He did. He got a lot of heart.
Showed some fight.
He fought a great 6th round.
He's a warrior, and he got to the 8th round, and then he delivered a George Kambosos tried to hit him. Hitchins with this with the little jab to the body, but then Hitchins with the counter right hand, then another shot to the body with the left hand, left hook. Ended the fight. It was a perfect fight. I mean, I'm glad he risked because he could have won by decision if he wanted to.
Yeah.
But I'm glad he was like, you know what? I want an impressive victory in Brooklyn. His hometown. It was great.
Right, and it was a perfect. I mean, the common opponent for the guys that you calling out, and you stop him. One guy loses to him, the other guy wins 2 close decisions, and you put this guy out in the 8th round. Like. And you couldn't write a better ending.
You know what else that I like about it? You look at his record. He only had 7 KOs.
Yeah.
So now this signature win, what these other guys couldn't put out, is
and I put him
out a KO on this guy who doesn't have a lot of KOs.
And a body shot KO. Yeah. And a body shot KO counts for 2 more. Like that's hey.
And we can't say Kambosos is like an old guy. He's 32. Yeah. So it's not like he's super old. So I'm not gonna take nothing from him.
You know what? I'm not taking anything from him.
They're gonna try.
I'm not taking anything from him, but let's be honest, the dude been through some war.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So he's got natural wear and tear. Yeah. You know, now we got this new guy.
Legit name though. And we can't take it away. It's a legit name.
Legit name. No, and I'm not saying it in that aspect of to take it away. No, not at all. I agree. Kambosos is a lot about it.
Yeah. No, definitely. Hitchins, man, put on an impressive show, and he won the night last night. I mean, now everything is looking up for him. Now everybody's saying, okay, who is Hitchins going to fight? Burn. What do you see next for Hitchins?
You ever read a good book that had a horrible ending?
Couple of them.
And that's what the Hitchins fight was for me. Because after putting yourself on this pedestal, like we just talked about, you put yourself in this position, you've knocked out this common opponent with the 2 guys that you're chasing. And one of these guys are there, Teofimo Lopez. And you instead
trademark
choose to bypass calling out the guy who's ducking everybody in the division. You've said out your mouth that you want to possibly go at unifying 140 if you were to stay there. And here is the biggest speed bump in the division in the ring next to you after your biggest win of your career, and you embrace him. And not only do you embrace him, then you decide to go on a absolutely venomous call out of a 147-pound fighter in Devin Haney. It didn't make any sense. It didn't make any sense. You look super weak for that shit. Because Tia Female is out here ducking everybody. The audacity of him to show up in the ring after you dispatch the man that beat him.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, okay.
You looking mad suckerish, yo.
Yeah.
Mad suckerish.
Damn.
And I can't rock with you on that. Your next fight, to get to the question, I apologize for my rant, but you pissed me off with that move. It should be fighting Tia Female Lopez. He in your way. Once you move up to 147, you're not coming back to 140. Why would you? Fight the speed bump. This dude didn't earn the ass whooping that he's gonna get. Fight him. Y'all have the same manager call him out, give him that venom while he's in ring. And I'm sick of this being venomous to Devin Haney when he in a different zip code. Like, come on, man. This man was in ring, Hitchins. He was in ring and didn't get any venom. And it rubbed me the wrong way. But he has to fight Tia Female and unify this title. Because, I mean, we see how dominant he is. And with this common opponent, it's nothing else to be said. The fight sells itself. Hitchins versus Tia Female Lopez.
That'll definitely be must-see TV. Adi, who do you think, what do you see in the future for Hitchins? Great night last night. Great night. Showed up. Showed that he's deserving of whatever's coming next. What you think should be next for him?
Well, Richardson Hitchins has enhanced his game since that controversial victory over Gustavo Lemos, okay? Taking that IBF title from Liam Paro and being the third man to defeat George Kambosos Jr., Lomachenko did it, Devin Haney, and now Richardson Hitchins. And speaking of Devin the Dream
okay,
Haney,
here we go.
Yeah. You know, after the fight, Richardson Hitchins, he said, "Fuck Devin Haney."
I quote.
Yeah, that's what he quote.
Which made Adi very happy.
Apparently, Hitchins wants to hit Haney's chin. Okay? Yeah. And so now the Haneys are making it seem like they want all the smoke from all the heavy hitters around their weight class. Okay? But Tiafimo, he turned down that contract. The Haneys was upset because they felt like he wasted their time. He turned down that contract.
Catch weight.
And then Mario Barrios, rather than fighting the #1 WBC contender Devin Haney, they're choosing to fight the old man Manny Pacquiao.
Crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you get Eddie Hearn. According to Eddie Hearn, Boots Ennis, he's leaving 147. He's saying goodbye to 147. He's going up to 154. So that'd be great to see. But that's an opponent that's going from Devin Haney. And also, it's another guy. Now we know why Rolly Romero beat King Ryan Garcia, because Ryan Garcia had hand surgery. Okay, he had hand surgery.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. So we know why Rolly beat Ryan Garcia. The man needed surgery after the fight. He hurt his hand and this and that.
Is it comedy hour?
Yeah.
Like, we need the drum roll tonight. Hold on, let me do this.
Hey,
What the?
King Robert rise again. He has overcome the injury. So
I can't believe you win.
Byron, we need the Byron. Byron. What you got, Byron? Top it off with the Byron-ness. We need it. Oh,
I don't understand Adi's obsession with King Ryan, but I can tell you that Ostarine is probably the reason for his hand injury.
well,
Overpouring into his liquid beverages, but
yeah, well, that's a problem. That's another problem for Devin Haney, because that's another opponent that he won't be able to fight because he's going to be recovering from that injury. So, hey, man, go ahead and fight Hitchins. That's a fight I want to see. Okay. Now, if Hitchins don't fight Devin Haney, he should face the winner of that Subriel Matias, who has 22 wins, 22 knockouts, the #1 IBF contender. He will fight Alberto Puello That man is the WBC champion. He already got wins over Gary Antoine Russell, and a win over Sandor Martin. Okay, so I want to see Hitchins fight the winner of that battle. Whoever wins that gonna have a WBC title, and Hitchins already had the IBF title. That would be a unification fight right there. So if he wins that fight, he can surpass Teofimo Lopez in the pound for pound.
But why not fight Teofimo?
Because I don't believe Teofimo. I feel like that fight happened in Imagination Land. I don't think they're going to fight. I just don't believe that Teofimo is going to fight Richardson Hitchins. So I feel like Hitchins needs to go ahead, since he said he wants a unification fight in 140. Subriel Matias versus the Alberto fight. They're going to fight next month. I want to see him fight the winner of that fight.
Okay. Harv. You heard what they said.
Yeah.
Yes, Hitchins, impressive last night. Very impressive. IBF, retained his IBF title. What's next for him?
Title defenses, of course. I think it'd be a little bit of a jump for him to seriously go chase another belt right now. I mean, there's some fights out there for him, right? I mean, you got Pitbull still out there. He's floating around in that weight division. I think that'd be a good name to have on his resume. I think right now is a good time for him to start adding names to his resume.
Okay.
Because he doesn't have a lot of fights, and the last thing you want is a blemish on a record without a lot of fights. So, from a manager standpoint or a promoter standpoint, I would say, hey man, it's time to put you around the barn. Meaning it's time to put you around with common opponents the guys you want to fight. Now it's time to fight their opponents, see how you do with them. Which essentially is what just happened.
That started last year. Yeah.
That started last night. So now it's to keep that ball rolling. Let's go on to the next guys. Pitbull's there, Edwin Santos, he's there. I think it's a couple other guys, but I wouldn't want to put them in with Devin or Teofimo quite yet. But
he got everybody calling.
You know, I like to point out, you know, we gotta give respect when it's yo, this man is the first person ever to call
Facts.
Teofimo Teofimo. So you gotta give him his props. Let's give him his props.
I got a lot of people on other shows calling him. It started with him.
It started with him. But if I had to pick the first person I would like to see him in there with, it'd be Pitbull.
Okay.
What do y'all think about that?
I like that.
No, that's actually
Pitbull is fighting.
But I don't think his handlers would ever let that fight happen.
If he doesn't get a title shot, and what does Hitchins got? He got
That's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, Pitbull fight Angel on Fierro
Right, he does have a fight coming
next
up.
month.
Yeah, but there's still time. But on the flip side of that,
I wouldn't want him to fight that fight.
but with him, it's gonna be hard to find people that's gonna want to fight him after what he just did.
Yeah.
I think Pitbull is the type of guy that will say, hey,
I'll take it anyway.
He don't give a damn.
He don't care. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, that's facts.
I think another guy, for us, when he was talking about fighting people on Teofimo resume, Arnold Barbosa Jr.
I was gonna say that, but then it's like, you know, sometimes he shows up to fight and sometimes he'll show up, I don't know, and he just like, he has his
I
off
think
nights.
he obliterates him.
Yeah, and then if he can knock out Arnold Barbosa Jr., in which Teofimo couldn't knock him out.
He doesn't have a fight. I don't understand why we keep going around this kid. Like, he has the belt.
Right,
Make the fight with him.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Like,
he hold the cards. It's facts. Yeah,
He's gonna duck.
I just knocked out the guy that beat you. What's up? You got the belt. You in my way. Like, that's why I'm throwing so much shade on what he did, because he was in the ring with you.
Gotta build it up.
And you gotta build it up, man. And you could have built it up. You could have insulted him right there in the same manner that you did Devin Haney, who wasn't even in the building. And
I agree.
His own fan base would have been like, when are you scheduling this fight? And this is 2 New York cats.
Yeah.
Like, come on, it sells itself. It sells itself.
Yeah, but you know what? I noticed that Teofimo has been sitting in these shoes for a minute. We've been having the same conversation.
Like, when?
When is he gonna fight one of these motherfuckers, right?
I don't know. It's been.
He fought Josh Taylor in 2023.
But who asked for that?
But I'm not saying that was a long time. That's like 2 years.
That's 2 years ago. There's a lot of people that.
He's due to fight like this big name guy. People try to make it seem like Barbosa was a big name guy, but no, he wasn't. But let's remember, Gary Antoine Russell is the WBA champ at 140. So He has a title, someone that Hitchins could fight. That's if Russell can beat a Japanese fighter. He's fighting Andy Hiraoka. Okay, he's fighting him and like tomorrow.
We shall see.
Yeah, so
we shall see. Before we, anything, okay. Y'all broke it down. Kambosos has lost his last, he lost to all the kind of the heavy hitters. He lost to Haney. He lost, all these fights he done lost. Where does Kambosos go for him, Harv? Do you see anything for Kambosos? And what's his future looking like, real quick?
So, you know what? I think he does have a chance to come back, go back and reinvent the wheel. He's still young, with some careful matchmaking and careful managing. I'm gonna be honest, man. It's over, man.
You think it's over, Adi?
Well, yeah. I mean, he's a former undisputed lightweight champion of the world after that bloody fight against Teofimo Lopez. Hitchins did not give him a good birthday gift. It was his birthday.
It's messed up to get your ass before your B-Day.
On his B-Day.
And Father's Day was...
Yeah, man, that's rough.
Yeah, rough little, but he got paid.
Right. No, that's true. That's fact.
It was Father's Day already in Australia, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But Kambosos, he just turned 32 years old.
Yeah.
The only reason to keep fighting is for the money.
That's
okay. And a rematch with Teofimo Lopez.
He just stole what I was gonna say.
That's what you was gonna say.
Like literally, it's either retire or fight Teofimo.
Who the
And
hell
Teofimo will sell that fight, and his stand base will eat it up. Like, okay, the guy that beat me, I'm gonna get him at 140
and then beat him up.
And here we go. Yeah. And then it's gonna look like, Emperor's he's defeated him. And like, dude, this dude is the king of ducks. He's up there with Canelo now. He's up there with Canelo now.
Canelo.
Because he's holding on to the belt in a similar fashion. He's holding the belt, but like Canelo is over him because he's holding like undisputed status. So that's hard to be a duck and hold an undisputed status. But what he's doing in this division, it should be talked about.
That's why
he ducked so much smoke, and then he's still the one that talked the most shit.
Yeah,
which is insane.
Yeah, that's why I named all them other fighters because
you duck smoke with everybody, like every hard hitter call your card.
It's hard.
He don't want to fight nobody.
But what if that was originally the plan? Was to fight Kambosos after he beat Hitchins? That Hitchins just derailed the plan, which means that he should probably end up fighting Hitchins.
But he won't.
Obviously.
But he won't.
And I agree. He's not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to Hitchins. Great fight.
We call out game.
Showed himself last night. You watching Spectator Sporting. I'm Zach Roach along with my partner, Mr. Adi Wally. Shout out to Harv Warbanger. Shout out to Byron. Make sure y'all go on Spectator Sporting. Subscribe to that page. Comment. Also go on TikTok. We heavy on TikTok. I'll be seeing y'all. Appreciate all the love on there. If you in your car, turn on your Spotify. You can subscribe to the page there too. In the meantime, in between time, we out. Peace.